Jai Hind everyone. I am Dr. Monica Agrawal from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. My subject is Soft Skill 1, subject code KNC 101. Today I am dealing with Unit 2, that is Presentation and Interaction Skills. The title of today's lecture is Group Discussion, Objectives and Methods. The content of this lecture is, first of all, what we mean by a group, then what is discussion, then concept of group discussion, what are the features of group discussion commonly called GD, what are the objectives of GD, and then the methods. We have heard this term group discussion and we know that it is a very important aspect of group communication. Whenever people communicate in a group, this is a very important aspect and a very important activity. Generally, a group discussion may be defined as an activity in which small number of people come together, they meet face to face and they exchange their ideas freely, and they are trying to attempt at reaching at some conclusion of that issue which is being discussed. So, there are certain features. First of all, a group of people, a small group of people, the particular participants are there, they are together with some purpose, they are sitting or standing face to face and their purpose is to exchange their views, their opinions, their thought and information regarding the chosen issue or common topic, and that is done to reach at some common decision. So, this is a very productive activity as well as a dynamic activity. There is less rigidity, the situation is more informal and relaxed, but the purpose is to produce some conclusion, to reach at some decision. So, it is a productive and dynamic activity, right, and this activity stimulates reflective thinking, means this activity is done with the help of reflective thinking. It may be critical thinking, you can say strategic thinking, right. We have to just activate our faculty of being reflective, then only we can contribute as a useful member in that group discussion. So, it is a productive activity, we should try to reach at some conclusion. So, to understand it better, we must understand the meaning of the words, each word used in this phrase. First is group. So, what we mean by a group? Here a group, when we are talking about communication and particularly group communication in an organization, this group is defined as a collection of individuals and these individuals are somewhat related to that particular organization. So, this is a collection of few individuals who first of all interact with each other, they are there to interact with each other, they accept the expectations and obligations as a member of that group, means they are very willingly there as a member of that group. It means that they accept the expectation of being a member of the group and they also accept the responsibility and the obligations on that members group of members. So, they are ready to take the responsibility and they are ready to fulfill the expectations, and for that it is necessary that they share a common identity. As I have said that as a member of a particular organization, they are there for some specific purpose, they are there, somehow they are related to some organization. So, group activity or group discussion can be done only by those people who are willingly participating in that activities. So, whenever we indulge in group activities have their certain advantages and disadvantages. So, a member should be consciously participating in this group activity of group discussion. Then what is group discussion? Now we have to understand what is the formal concept behind group discussion. We have to understand what is discussion. Discussion is a very common word. If we go into the root of that word, we find that this word has a root in Latin language, okay. And in Latin language there is a word called discutere. Discutere means to shake something very rigorously, or to strike at something, okay, to get it open, to get it loosened, okay. So this word discussion is understood as an activity of getting together and talking about some specific subject. So here the purpose of talking and discuss, you can say getting together, is to discuss. And as the origin of the word suggests, this discussion means shaking up the subject. So all the people together, they shake up that subject to know each and every aspect of that subject, and they examine it thoroughly. They have to look at all the aspects of that topic or that subject or that issue, and that is done with the help of analytical thinking, critical thinking, reflective thinking, and the purpose is to reach a conclusion. So discussion becomes a purposeful act when people talk to each other, they communicate amongst each other, and their purpose is to reach at some common conclusion. So now discussion, group discussion, it becomes a formal activity when equal people get together, right. Generally group discussion is taken as an organized activity. It is not an inorganized or you can say spontaneous activity. No, it is an organized activity, and it is taken as a formal peer group situation that is created to test the behavior as well as the influence of the group members on the group. Means the purpose of organizing group discussion is quite high, okay. It is a discussion amongst the peer people, that is important, and in that activity behavior as well as influencing each other is also important. From that perspective which we are concerned with, group discussion becomes a methodology. It is a methodology, it is a tool, okay, and that is a part of the interview process or the recruitment process, okay. It is taken as the tool to select the suitable candidate in a comparative perspective. When there are lot of people, they are competing with each other, you have to select the best people. In that situation, the recruiters conduct this group discussion activity as a part of interview process, part of selection process, and that is how they select the most suitable candidates in a comparative perspective. They compare one person the other person, and that provides a situation, an opportunity to the employer. Here the group of candidates is given a topic purposely, or they are given a situation, a problem or some case study, and they are given a few minutes to think upon that, to get ready with their thoughts, with their opinion, with their experience and information about that topic, and then they are asked to discuss the topic among themselves, and the time is also limited. They are given certain limited time to discuss on that given issue. If it is a case study, then they are given more time to think upon, and then they are asked to start. If they are given some topic related to the current scenario or other common awareness, then they are called, they are instructed to start immediately. So the group of candidates sit together for 15-20 minutes and they discuss on the given topic. That is how it becomes a very useful tool to screen the candidate's potential. Okay. Potential means whatever lies within the person. It is a way to judge the personality or the individual from within, with their not only their technical skills, but their general awareness, their communication skills. So many skills are there. I'll be discussing it later on in this lecture. So they are tested on their potential, what they can do, what capacity they have, as well as their present skills. Okay. So there must be an evaluator to observe and judge. So GD evaluation is done by subject experts based on the discussion. They are there to judge the people through observation. They don't interrupt, but just observe, and they judge each candidate, and at the end they prepare a report. So a report is prepared on analyzing all the facts at the end of the discussion. This is a common meaning behind the activity of group discussion, that is a formal activity. So certain features are there regarding group discussion. Some particular feature, one thing is that group discussions are commonly unstructured, means only the situation is given, the people are made to sit together, they are given a time limit and they are given a topic, but no one has a specific role to play. All the people are equal, they are peer people. And if we compare this activity to other group activities, group communication like meetings, conferences, there is a difference. Because in those meetings and conferences, the roles of specific people is fixed. This one is going to preside over the meeting, this one is going to begin the meeting, this is going to give the vote of thanks. But in group discussion, there is no such role assignment, and all the people are sitting together. Now this depends on them to initiate, to continue and to sum up. So this is how they are judged. So there is no assigned role. Second thing is that each participant is free to speak his views. Every participant has equal right and equal opportunity to speak, and the purpose of this group discussion is to encourage people to speak on the given view. So that individual's thought process, the person's thought process is influenced by the views of the other people also. They keep on getting the tip, they keep on getting the views as a response, and they keep on just continuing thinking about that topic further. So their thought process is influenced by the views and opinions of other people. They keep on you can say progressing towards better thought, and it is possible that a person can change his or her stand as the discussion continues. So it is not fixed to remain on his or her own stand throughout. So a successful discussion involves both listening and speaking. So this is the oral communication, face-to-face communication, interpersonal communication, and here a person has to speak as well as he has to listen to other people to contribute more meaningfully. So both the activities are done simultaneously, and both these skills support the other skills. So what are the advantages of a group discussion? Why this group discussion is held? Either as a part of the selection process which we are concerned with, or as a part of a group communication in some company or a firm. So if we take this as a tool for selection process, this group discussion helps in two-way. So group discussion is a two-way helpful process. On the one side there is candidate. So how does a candidate receive some benefits? A candidate gains clarity of his or her own thoughts. When some topic is given, that person has to recollect the information which he has to organize his thoughts, he has to support his thought with relevant, you can say, evidences or some accurate data. So this is how it is an opportunity to get a better clarity in his or her own thoughts, and he or she also learns how to evolve thinking, how to do a better strategic thinking, or you can say reflective thinking, and then reach at some conclusion. It is also important that you should draw inferences from the discussion which is going on. The more a person indulges in these kind of group discussions, the better he or she becomes, because it also allows the people to know that particular concept in greater details. Some of the other aspect of that issues are discussed by some other person. So, this is how a person learns the topic in depth. He knows the greater details and he can change the stand, or he can evolve with the opinion about that topic. That opinion may change. That is why this practice is applied during the campus interview selection process. The more a graduate indulges in such activities, the better he or she becomes. On the other side, there is the recruiter, the person, the employer who is there for the recruitment process. So, it is helpful, as its face value is, as a tool to evaluate a candidate's soft skills. GD is the highest platform for a upcoming professional, for a graduate, fresh graduate, to show his soft skills, because this activity demands for higher level of interpersonal skills and other soft skills which we are dealing with. So, on the recruiter part, it is helpful as they evaluate the candidate's soft skills through group discussion. That is why it is a mandatory part, more or less a mandatory part in all the campus selection processes. So, we must have a clarity that what is the purpose or what are the various objectives of conducting this group discussion activity. Okay. The reason why the institutes put you or the students through a group discussion, either as a practice session for your final campus selection time, or actually to face the interview, okay, after testing the technical or conceptual skill in an exam. Okay. The reasons are very you can say substantial. First of all, you get to know the candidate about his or her inner qualities. They know the candidate as a person and they know how well that person is going to fit in their institution or their company. Second thing is that they also evaluate that how you work as a team member. As we know that working as a team member is an essential skill for a professional to be successful, because every time, everywhere we have to work in a team, either small team or a bigger team. We cannot work alone, we cannot work in isolation. So, they can test that how you play a very useful and cooperative as well as meaningful role in a team activity like group discussion. So, they test your ability to be a team player, as well as they test your interpersonal skills, including various aspects which we are going to discuss. The concrete purposes now of this group discussion are several. Okay. A company can hold a group discussion of selected members to collect some data. There may be a situation that there are members having diversified experience and having diversified work done, completed. They can sit together and they can discuss on the topic and they can share the data. Okay. It is a very you can say productive platform to give rise to fresh ideas, okay, and taking input from a particular group. If a person is there and asks some selected members to indulge in group discussion, new ideas are shared, and it is possible that the observer himself or the other member of the group gets fresh ideas about that particular topic with the help of the other group members. So, the perception of common people on a particular topic can also be taken. If that group discussion activity is thrown amongst people of some selected customers, okay. If the selected customers are there, they are common people. If we ask them to discuss something, they can get the opinion of common people. Somehow in higher situation, in professional situation, the people indulge in group discussion for a specific purpose when they have some common issue. That group discussion can be done in a formal meeting also, and there the purpose is to identify the solution to the specific problem or issue. In the real professional situation, group discussions are held to find solution to some problem or to find some conclusion of an issue. Okay. And as we already know that selecting candidate after written test for hiring in a company, and as well as selecting candidates for admission in some educational institution, some higher, we get that GD round for the selection of students also. So, getting the admission in some higher business schools, management schools, group discussion is held as a selection process. Okay. And at the undergraduate level, group discussions are held to give a practice, okay, making the aspiring professionals practice communication skills and interpersonal skills with the help of these group discussion activities, which are held in you can say lab conditions. So, group discussion are held for several objectives. Now, what are those skills which are being tested by the observer during a group discussion, whether it is done for selection process as a part of interview process, or it is done in some school for selecting their students. So, what are the skills? Okay. First of all, communication skills. Okay. This is a very wide area, okay, because communication in a particular language has 4 skills. Okay. When it comes to read and write, it becomes a formal thing, but when it comes to actually indulge in interpersonal level of communication, oral communication, your skill of listening well, your skills of speaking well, and your other you can say awareness about the power of words, right selection of word. There are so many things which are tested during group discussion related to communication skills, along with interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are many, okay, and in fact, when you communicate with the other person, the other human beings, what are the etiquettes you should follow, okay, what are the policies you should adopt, okay, how you should respond, how you should take the responses of the other person. That is your interpersonal skill. It includes your attitude, your positive attitude, your behavior, everything. These are related to your behavioral skills. That is why it is called people skills. Other skills which are tested are like leadership skills. Okay, you are going to be a part of a company, member of a group, but it is the potential of a candidate to make him rise and to improve and get higher positions in that company or in some other company. So, leadership skills are tested through initiatives and how you lead and how you conclude. Okay. Your motivational skills, how you motivate other people to take part, okay, how you influence other people by your own efforts. Okay. Team building skills means how you take part in that group discussion, how you make people together and continue the discussion. The analytical and logical skills, how you analyze your thought, how you give the evidences, the logical arguments to support your opinion. Your reasoning ability, how you reason out something, how you accept the you can say reasonable thought given by the other person. Okay. Different thinking means how you think out of the box. It is not necessary to think in a traditional pattern, in a very tested pattern. How you think out of the box, creative thinking it can be called. Your initiative skills, how you take initiatives. If you start the GD, you are good initiators. Your assertiveness, how you assert yourself politely. Okay. Your flexibility, how you mold your opinion. If you are finding some reasonable argument, you should be ready to mold your own opinion, okay, to improvise upon your opinion. So, that is creativity, how you find new expressions or impressive expressions to say your thoughts or to express your thoughts. And independent thinking means you can think on your own, your thinking does not depend upon the clues or the tips given by the other person. If you have an independent thinking, this independent thinking is related to creativity, is related to different thinking. These are the few skills an employer looks for in the candidate. Now, the methods, as we know, some of the methods I have already told. Normally 8 to 10 people are made to sit together to form a group. The group should not be very big, because in that situation it is not possible to continue with the discussion. It should be up to 8 to 10 students, but in some cases it may be 15-16, but the desirable number of the members of that group is 8 to 10 maximum. The GD lasts for 10 to 15 minutes. So, it is on the part of the organizer to make the organization and the arrangements. For topic based GD, 2-3 minutes of thinking time may be given, and for case study, however, some 15 minutes can be given, because that is a deeper thought and that needs a deeper thinking, that needs more time, okay. And the evaluation is done by 1 or 2 experts, and these experts are usually professors in the business schools or management school if it is the GD conducted for selecting the students, and it may be field experts from particular company, they may be HR experts with a lot of experience. The candidate may be asked to sit in circle or in a semicircle or in a rectangular arrangement, or with or without the table, it can be done. And this seating arrangement may be either prefixed, or they are free to sit whenever they wherever they want to sit, okay. At the when the time is over, discussion may be stopped at the set time, or it may be stopped even earlier, okay, and you may be asked to give conclusion if it is not already reached at, okay, but generally it is not done. GD should be completed within the given time limit. It is possible that at the end of the GD in recruitment process, you are asked to give some oral summary or the written summary. Every individual may be asked to give that summary, okay, of the discussion. So, for this was the that was the method for organizer. Now, the method to participate in a GD. First of all, the candidate, how to initiate. If he wants to initiate, the candidate wants to initiate, how to initiate, okay. If you have sufficient knowledge about the given topic, then only you are advised to initiate, because you are initiating to come in the light of the observer. So, if you do not have sufficient knowledge about the topic, you should avoid initiating, okay. You should read a lot in advance to gather information and develop your understanding about current issues and the present scenario. Whatever topic you can anticipate can be given by the organizers for discussion. So, you should read a lot to develop, and if you want to make your speech more interesting, you can start with some quotation, the relevant quotation. It should be relevant, okay, but it should be short as well as simple. You can relate some small incident also, but it should be very short and simple. For leading the discussion further, okay, if you do not have enough information on the given topic, it is wise to stay quiet and wait and watch and listen to other people and other candidates and get some information, and then recall the relevant information if you have, and do not speak until you get a chance to go into the discussion, but you have to speak once at least, okay. If you get a chance to discuss and glide into the discussion, you should speak to the point, okay. You should be precise and you should be leading the discussion further. You should not be just repeating the opinion given by the person. If you are repeating, then also you have to support it with some logical evidence or data. To summarize, just as the initiating a GD is impressive, similarly summarization is also an opportunity to catch the attention of your observer or the evaluator. What is summarization? Summarization is putting together the whole discussion, highlighting the star point, main points, and then concluding the results. Okay. That is summarizing of the discussion. Okay. And this summary should be short and to the point. Okay. And please remember that you should not introduce any new point which can lead to a further discussion. You should not introduce any new point in the summary, and it is always advised for every kind of speech and every kind of activity that there should be no new point in the summary. Okay. And we have to take care that summary is not a single sided affair. Okay. It should be an amalgamation of both the sides, all the aspects. If you are in the beginning in support of the thought, at the end you should improve your thought and you should include both the sides of discussion in the summary. Okay. Now, a very quick casting an eye on what are the do's for participating in GD, that we have to listen to the subject carefully, the topic which is given, we have to listen to the topic very carefully and then start thinking. Then we can put our thoughts on a paper. Okay. This must be done. Okay. Then we should initiate the discussion only if we know the subject well, otherwise we have to wait and watch and listen to other people and then decide what to speak, and we have to support our points with some facts and figures. The points should be supported with some figures, and we have to make short contribution of 25 to 30 seconds, 3-4 times at least. For once we must speak, but that is not sufficient. We must speak in between the discussion for 3 or 4 times, and our contribution should not be very long. It should be 25 to 30 seconds. We should give chance to others also. We should not overpower, we should not make it a one man show. That is going to be a negative point. So, we should give others to chance to speak, and we should respect the contribution of other people, right. The other people, whatever they say, we should keep listening to them very respectfully, and then we have to contribute further. And please do speak politely and pleasantly. Following the etiquettes is very important. We should not be aggressive, we should speak politely and pleasantly. Okay. And if we are in difference of opinion, we should disagree politely. Okay. And we should agree with what is through our body language, through nodding of the head. We should keep giving some you can say kinetic responses, right. And then we should summarize the discussion. The don'ts are there, that we should not initiate the discussion if we do not have sufficient knowledge. We should not overspeak, we should not intervene, and we should not snatch other person's chance to speak. That is negative. Okay. We should not argue and shout during the GD. We should maintain the calm, we should maintain the politeness, and we should maintain the pleasant. And we should not look at the evaluator in between. Okay. Or we should not keep staring at the particular group member. Okay. And we should not talk irrelevant thing and distract the discussion. We should not pose negative body gestures, body language, like touching the nose, or leaning back on the chair, or knocking the table, or just smiling sarcastically like that. Okay. We should not mention the errors in the statistics, and we should not make errors in the statistics if we want to give. Okay. We should not mention any statistics if we are not sure about it. We should not display low confidence. This low confidence we should not display. We should be confident, and we should think before speaking, and we should show the depth of knowledge, right. We should not try to dominate the discussion. Okay. Let other people speak, and we should not embarrass other people by asking them to speak if they do not want. We should not take the name of the other person, or we should not repeatedly ask the other person to speak if that person does not want to speak. So, this is what is related to the topic group discussion. We must understand the value of this activity as a group communication as a part of the recruitment process. The student must practice group discussion in their lab conditions, and that is going to help them as a professional when they have to do some brainstorming to get the solution of certain problem in their profession. That is all with this topic. Thank you. Jai Hind.